Malcolm Turnbull is his name.
Malcolm Turnbull is his name.
Busting unions is his game.
Busting unions is his game.
The reason why this rally was organised was because Australian workers are having their industries taken away from them. What they're seeking to do is allow multinationals to exploit foreign workers. Foreign workers are never the enemy of working people in this country. And we say to this rotten government, shame on you for denying Australian seafarers the right to work. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
I'm unemployed due to Malcolm Turnbull and his Liberal government handing out temporary visa permits to flag convenience shipping, ships of shame as they're known.
Since this government's been in, they put the 457s into place, and I can't get a job on the coast just running around my own country.
I'm here today to let the Turnbull government know that Australian seafarers aren't going to lay down. We've taken our jobs, taken our livelihoods away from us, and we're not going to lay down.
The word is deregulation. Deregulation of everything. And who does that benefit? Does it benefit us?
No!
Does it benefit us?
No!
This is why it is important that the union movement stands together in solidarity. We are the last line between complete oblivion for this country, and a decent way of living. They are prepared to let an Australian industry, an Australian shipping industry, go down the gurgler because of their hate for a union that wants to protect their members' interests.
The legislation that allows these shipping companies to be able to legislate so that they can bring in foreign workers to undercut us at a cheaper rate.
Our seamen are as well a trained seamen as anyone in the world. But, you know, we can't live on $2 an hour.
Are you going to fight?
Yes!
Are we going to win?
Yes!
Are we going to win?
Yes!
Biggest thing a man or a woman has is the pride to work. A pride to work in his own country. A pride to take that money home and look after his family. To pay his mortgage and to look after his kids. And it dawned on me that I and many others have been sacked for being Australian. I think this chump should be sacked for being un-Australian. We have a Prime Minister who sells our ports to foreign countries. We have a Prime Minister who puts a wedge in our education system. And we have a Prime Minister, along with his other ministers, who purposely sanctioned to remove Australians from their rightful place of work in their own country.
You know, it's not going to stop here. It's not going to stop with Australian seafarers. It's in the trucking industry already. We've got 457s on the road as we speak. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
If they get away with you, it'll be the teachers, it'll be the firefighters, it'll be the police association. They'll be the last ones. Once they've loaded us all up on the buses, they'll get them too. It's not just your jobs. In a sense, it's all our jobs.
We have comrades here from every spectre of the movement. But we represent the community. And Turnbull still represents the agenda of Abetz. He's made it clear that that agenda will continue.
If it's not enough that it's seafarers, if it's not enough that it's meat workers in Townsville, if it's not enough that it's steel workers in South Australia and steel workers in Port Kembla, you know what they want to do now? We'll cut the corporate tax rate. That's what we'll do. We'll cut the corporate tax rate.
Every time you get out of bed now, it seems like there's more going towards the Liberals and the top-end earners, and less towards the working class.
When you look at the kind of attacks that we've got from the Turnbull government, whether it's against the CFMEU or against the union movement in general, anybody who wants to stand up for public health, for free education, knows that we've got to protect the unions.
Why I'm here today, in solidarity with my brothers and sisters here, is to, you know, get the word out, get the noise out. So hopefully we'll get more people to wake up before this election comes around and get people to vote the right way, and that's to vote this bloke out of office.
What you're doing is you're standing up for every ordinary working man and woman in this country. And we need to get organised. Not just within the movement, within our communities. What do we do when workers are under attack?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do when the MUA is under attack?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Gonski, Medicare and whatnot, they're great progressive things that would make our country better than it already is. Our country was a lucky country. Everything that made it lucky, like Medicare, anything like that, it's been under attack. And that's also why the union movement's under such attack, because we're the people that fight for, you know, a better quality of life for Australians.
We're proud to be at the coalface with the CFMEU. We're proud to be called militant unions, because without these militant unions, we would have what we did 140 years ago, and that was injustice, and that was indignity, and that was poverty. We refuse to submit to their threats. We refuse to submit to their intimidation. We will stand up and fight back, whether you're a boss down in Port Botany or you're the Prime Minister of this country.
We're tax-paying, hard-working Australians who live in Australia. We want a future in Australia, and we can't do that because you're selling us out to exploitation, only to help the people who put money in your back pocket, like the Chevrons, the multinationals, the big business and whatnot. It's plain and simple. We can all see it. And yeah, it's just, we've had enough.
Turnbull wants to cut the corporate tax rate, and yet at the same time it's, you know, deep cuts for Medicare. They're talking about deregulating universities again. They're talking about slashing back money for public schools. You know, all the services and the things that ordinary people need are under attack. Turnbull is the banker who represents the rich.
It's our time now to get up and get in, and Australian people get behind us, the union movement, and let this bloke know that we've got a right to work in our own country.
You know, I think it's fantastic that we're all banding together. It's not just about maritime workers, it's not just about maritime industry, it's about Australian workers, Australian people, Australian families. You know, the way we're selling off our country, you know, our wheat farms, our stock, everything, you know, there's going to be no future for our kids and their kids, and that's what we need to protect.
Australian shipping here to stay.